Good morning. Welcome to the Dr. Purdue Show. I am your host, Dr. Purdue. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I want to give a shout out to Jim Lewis Automotive in Dayton, Ohio. It was an honor to speak with Jim on, I think it was Saturday. And it was truly an honor to speak with him, a beautiful man, and I just want to give a shout out to him. Also, I want to give a shout out to Love Center Church, located in Titusville, Florida. Anytime you're in Titusville, Florida, please go to the Love Center Church. It's the only church here in this area that's named that. Love Center Church. Also, anytime you're in the Dayton, Ohio area and you're looking for a car, or even if you're not looking for a car, you're looking for a car, and if you're not even in Dayton, Ohio, Jim Lewis and them, they do nationwide. So hit them up. Tell them Dr. Purdue sent you. Once again, we just thank God for what God is doing. I want to wish you all a happy holiday season. We're going into Thanksgiving, and I just want to wish each and every one of you all a happy Thanksgiving. We have so much to be thankful for. So much. No matter what the situation come up, no matter how things go, we are thankful that God has blessed us to see another Thanksgiving. And I just want to say thank you all personally for making this show a success. We're at 3,000. Well, we're going almost 3,100. So I just want to say thank you very, very much. Now, we're going to do a thing, and this all goes into the millionaire status. I have not forgot about the millionaire status. This all blends into the millionaire status. And it's called Sowing, Growing, and Going. And I told you all I went to church on Sunday, and it really blew my mind because the young lady that spoke, it was just really off the chain on how she brought it down. And I'm going to give you all a few scriptures because I'm not going to be able to go into all of it, but I'm going to give you all a few scriptures that I want you to check in on. Hosea 10:12, Isaiah 28 and 25, Ephesians 6 and 4, Romans 12 and 4, Ephesians 2:19 through 23, 2 Corinthians 8 and 7, Proverbs 11 and 26. And I'm just gonna break it down on not how she broke it down, but I'm just gonna break it down as the Spirit of God give me to do it. A lot of people, they really get upset when you say something about sowing, and really they think that they are hurting people, but truthfully you're not. What you're doing, you are making an investment, because the Word of God says you reap what you sow. That's the word. No matter how you try to take it, that is the word. You reap what you sow. And what God was revealing to me by sitting down Sunday and listening at the message, God just opened up my eyes into a total different level. And there's a saying that when God calls you to do something, God will provide. It does not matter how it happens. It does not matter. You know, you can take a drunk, and if that man is wealthy or whatever, he's going to bless you. It doesn't matter. You know, the angels come in different shapes and sizes. They come in, and whatever it has, whatever God had them to do, that's what they're going to do. And so I was listening, and some things that she was saying, it made me think about the millionaire that I'm doing teaching on. And one of the things that I want to share with you all is this: learn how to sow in each other. Learn how to sow. When you sow, you grow. And when you grow, you go. And what that means is this, it just say, for an example, if you have a friend and they're trying to work on a project, okay then, you might not have the money to do anything, but you have the talent. You might not have the money to give them, but you have the resources to bless them. A lot of times, we always want to try to do it by ourselves, and you cannot do it. How I can say, because I used to be that way, until I even had to learn. I used to just say, you know what, forget it, I do it by myself. And when you do things like that, you literally make a mess. It's like the body. The body cannot function with one hand. It can, but it can't. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're really trained, unless you're born like that, or an accident. But your one leg cannot make it without another leg. One hand cannot make it without another hand. And when we learn to work together, you will see a big change in a lot of different things. And the illustration she gave Sunday was about her husband. Because her husband's some big time producer or something. And, she used to really hate it. She used to hate it. And, she used to tell him, she said, I hate when you go on the road. I hate when you do different things. Because it's like it's never no time for the family. And it's, constantly going because that is his job. And she said she prayed, and as she was praying, she was reading over her sermon and over the text, the notes that she was writing. And when she did that, the Spirit of God began to talk with her. So she said, you know what? I'm wrong. My husband is out there trying to provide for the family. And I'm so busy being selfish by just doing things the way that I want to do it. And she said right then and there, she turned, God changed her. And she said she went to her husband. She said, okay, one, I'm sorry for not sowing into what you're doing. I was selfish. And I'm sorry. She said, so I make this vow to you. Once a month, the first of every month, I will go with you. If you want me to look pretty for you, I'll look pretty for you. If you want me to sell CDs, I sell CDs. Whatever you want me to do, I do it. And she said she did it for a couple of times. And she said when she did it, she began to see her marriage come together. It was already close, but now it's closer. And this is what we have to do. If your husband or your wife is got a project, take the time and to sow into them. Take the time and to say, baby, is there anything that I can do? You don't have to be there 24/7, but if it's just like once a month, take that time and do that. And then once you do that, watch your grow. And then next thing you know, your business, your whatever you're doing, have shot up. So let us take that time, even investing into different ministries. And a lot of the preachers, I don't think they like me too much on Facebook, but I'm just keeping it real. I don't like when the preacher disencourage people not to sow into other people's ministries. I don't like that. But then when they have something, they want people to sow into them. That is wrong. The Spirit of God will let you know if it's a phony or if it's not real. But see, that's why they have computers now. Now you can do background checks, just like Mr. Jim Lewis out of Dayton, Ohio. He put on Facebook, he said, I want us to get together. Call me, I want us to get together. And that's what I did. But what I did, I did a background check. And I said, let me see what this guy's all about. And he's connected with the Better Business Bureau. And he only had one problem, and it really wasn't a problem. It was just a lady acting silly. Instead of her saying that she could not afford the car, or she seen something else at another car dealership that she liked, she tampered with the car. And Mr. Lewis and them got all over her behind. So what she was going to do, she was going to make a complaint. And when she made a complaint, it backfired, but the Better Business Bureau still had to put it out. Out of the years that he's been doing business, he only had 2 counts against him. And I think that is excellent. So, do background check. If they got ministries, okay, then ask them for a website. If they have a website, go on it, explore it, see what it's all about. Because there's enough free websites out here where ministries and people can get on. It's not like it used to be back in the old days. There's enough websites out here where people can do it. So don't just sit there and be hostile. Don't just sit here and be nasty and don't support. You can't do that. Well, Apostle Purdue, the international waters. Yes, the people that I work with good people. And yes, some parts of Nigeria, yes, you do have scammers, and I mean they'll tell you that in their mouth. But you just have to be careful. If they talking about they want money, okay then, give me your website. If they say they don't have a website, give me a blog. Do whatever you have to do to make sure that that ministry is legit. And then once you do that, you don't have no problems. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with sowing $1, because $1 over the international waters equals up to $20 or $25. So, and like I said, I get on those preachers all the time on Facebook with that, because of the simple fact is this. You're wrong. But when you have something and you don't got enough people to cheer you on and everything, and when you ask money, oh yeah, we're going to sow this. Come on, that's wrong. That is totally wrong. I keep trying to tell everybody, Facebook is a face and it's a book. That book is what empowers people. That is a book. If you have 5,000 plus readers, because most of everybody reads your stuff, that is a book. And I'm so grateful because there was one of the preachers who's out in Maryland. And he's a good friend of mine. And he put on Facebook yesterday, he said, I am a pastor. He said, but there are other people, there are people that are on my site, on my friend page, they don't have pastors. And I am the only one that they're hearing. And I put on there this comment, I said, you are so right. I've been preaching this. And he's right. We, for the ones that don't have pastors, the only thing they're going to get is from us. And we have got to be empowering. We have got to be inspiring. We have got to do all of that. That is our job, because guess what? That's the only voice that you're going to hear. So, I mean, if it's nothing but, calling up your friend and say, hey, I heard you doing this new thing. What can I help you to do with? What can I help you to do? The Bible says you reap what you sow. When you sow on good ground, you're going to reap on good ground. It's just like people and I talk about Oprah a lot, because Oprah she inspired me in a lot of areas, because she was a strong woman. A very strong woman. She made her mistakes, but a lot of things, it was plied up against her. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Tyler Perry, the same thing. Oh, his so-called lover goes on YouTube, and I mean to really make himself look good. But God turned around and blessed Tyler. So what I'm saying is this. Let us quit talking and let us sow into each other. I received a letter from I call him my pastor because I joined up with his church in London. And he wrote a letter to me, and I'm not going to lie to you, it blessed me a lot. It kind of opened up doors for me. And he was saying a lot of times people pray, a lot of times people fasting, a lot of times, you do everything that you know how to do to get your blessings. But sometimes it is the littlest things that will hinder your blessings. And he wrote me and he said, Michelle, he said, the Lord had me to send this to you as well as others. And when I read it, it was like, wow. And this morning I woke up early and I was praying in my mind. And I said, Lord, I said, please change me. Because, I'm a very nice lady, but I'm also a woman that deals with no nonsense. I don't deal with a lot of nonsense. And I'm not a pushy type lady. I'm a businesswoman. But some things that I do, it's kind of, off key or something. And I'm not ashamed to admit that this is the reason why I tell people tell me a lot of times, well, you shouldn't say this. No, I know what to tell you guys, and I know what not to tell y'all. But if it's something to help you, yes, I'm going to tell you. And, I have a love and compassion for the people. Someone asked me, well, how is the children's hospital going? The children's hospital is going great. And I had to really clap down on that situation because I had a preacher on Facebook to really make fun of me with this. I go over Africa, and I'm going to say this, and if I'm wrong, please forgive me, Jesus, because I know this is going on the airways. But I seen something on TV, on a movie, and it confirmed what I was saying. And in the movie, there were maids, and they cleaned up homes and all this type of stuff. And there was some racism in there, where the white people had the black people to work for them. You might have heard this movie. I forgot the name of it, but it some things that came through it really confirmed some. And this young lady, who's a racist white girl, she had this big party. And now I want y'all to catch this. She had this party, a big glamorous party. And she put a thing on, we're supporting the children in Africa. And I looked at it real good. We're supporting the children for Africa. The money's going to Africa. But then when she got by herself, she made a little thing, niggers. Now, I'll say this, and I will stick to this. A lot of times people do stuff just to get recognition, but they don't have no heart in it. You kind of understand what I'm saying? And when this preacher attacked me, and I told him, I wrote him a private letter. And I told him, I said, let me educate you right now. I have not asked you for no money. I have not asked you or nobody for anything. So I dare you to get on that page and to try your best to expose me like I'm trying to get money. Instead of you doing that, why don't you come to me and ask, is there anything that I can help you with? See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Preachers, and I'm a preacher, and I love what I do, but on the other side, it makes me nauseated, because a lot of times these guys, they are so insecure about themselves until they don't care what they got to do to get what they want. They make the little words sound so pretty until it's like honey rolling off your lips. And then once you get caught up in the hornet's nest, it's a total different thing. And like I tell people, that hospital going to be built. I spoke to the investors yesterday. Everything's going according to plans. That hospital is going to be built. If anybody don't sow into it or not, it's going to be built. But this is what I tell people. Don't wait till the hospital get built and then you want to come up in here and talk about, oh, Apostle, oh, Dr. Perdue, God is so good, I want to sow. No, I don't want your money. I'm keeping it real. You wasn't there on the ground floor, so why do you want to come now? And this is why a lot of times people, I tell my daughter, who's a writer, I said, let me tell you something. And we're noticing this with family. Family won't talk to you. Family won't do anything. But just as soon as you get pretty big, oh my God. Oh, I'm cussing so-and-so. I'm cussing this. Child, please. I've had more cousins to come out of the woodworks since God has truly been blessing me. And I just sit there and I let them know. And they know not to play with me. Don't do that. That is wrong. That is not of God. If you read the book of Romans will tell you quick, fast, and a hurry. There are some people that are cut out to do some things. There are some people cut out not to do it. I'm not building a hospital to make myself look good. I'm building because I'm being commissioned to do it. And because I have a heart for babies. That's why I'm doing it. It has nothing to do with, are you going to be getting paid for it? Number one, that's none of nobody's business. And this is what the preacher was throwing a hint at. Oh, you making money off of the people. That's not even true. Let me share something with you. And I don't mind sharing this. I'm going to keep it real because I have nothing to hide. To build that hospital is going to cost me between $150,000 to $200,000. My investors have taken most of it. Only thing I have to do is come up with a closing cost because this is a building. That's it. That's all. Yes, I've tried to do little fundraisers, but once again, people so careful. And it's like I told another preacher, someone made a comment and said, people want to take care of Africa, but they don't want to take care of their home. Let me share something with you. And I'm going to nip this in the bud. Stop saying stuff like that. Because you don't know what God says to do. Yes, the Bible says charity begins at home and then spreads abroad. But America has pulled off so much crazy nonsense with their laws and their restrictions and they this and they that. Give you a good example. In the state of Florida, I think it's in Brevard County, and this is going to be part 2 of this, in Brevard County. If you want to redo some things in your home, you have to go get a permit. If you just want to put cabinets up in your home, you have to go get a permit and you have got to be licensed. You have to go get a licensed contractor to put cabinets up in your home. That is foolish because you got handy people that knows how to do that. But it's all about money. It's all about money. We're going to do part 2 of this. Stay tuned.